The security situation in northwestern Nigeria has taken an incredibly dramatic and deeply concerning turn as a newly released video message has surfaced featuring the highly notorious and wanted bandit kingpin, Bello Turji. In this latest broadcast, which has rapidly sent waves of anxiety across the country, the covered-face figure explicitly claims direct responsibility for a series of highly coordinated and lethal ambushes targeting Nigerian security operatives as well as massive cattle rustling operations throughout the region. The recording, which was officially timed and spoken of by the speaker as being captured on Saturday, June 20, 2026, represents a bold and direct challenge to the authority of the state and the ongoing operations of the Nigerian military. Dressed in full military camouflage and flanked by heavily armed foot soldiers, the individual believed to be Turji stood before a backdrop where sophisticated ammunition and high-powered weaponry were intentionally laid out on the ground to project a terrifying image of military-grade readiness and operational capability. Delivering his speech entirely in the Hausa language, the kingpin did not show his face, keeping it tightly wrapped to maintain his elusive persona while using the platform to outline the strategic motivations behind his group's recent bloody campaigns in Sokoto, Zamfara, and neighboring states. Instead of presenting these actions as mere criminal violence, the speaker went to great lengths to frame the deadly ambushes and the theft of thousands of livestock as a form of justified retaliation, claiming that his forces were merely responding to aggressive campaigns that had previously targeted their own communities and wealth. This shocking update has immediately reignited intense national conversations regarding the effectiveness of ongoing counter-insurgency operations in the Northwest, especially given the precise geographical details mentioned by the speaker. During the course of the video message, specific local government areas that have long been the epicenters of rural violence were directly named, including Shinkafi in Zamfara State and Sabon Birni in Sokoto State. The speaker expressed gratitude for what he described as a victory granted to his group over individuals and security forces who he claimed had been driving away their livestock and attacking their people. By stating that his fighters successfully confronted and killed those responsible for targeting their communities, the kingpin sought to control the narrative of the conflict, painting a picture of a reactive defense rather than a campaign of unprovoked terror. Although the video did not provide verified casualty figures regarding the number of soldiers or security personnel who lost their lives in the narrated ambush, the explicit confirmation that state security operatives were successfully targeted has sent shockwaves in defense circles in Abuja, highlighting the extreme level of audacity currently possessed by these non-state actors in the middle of 2026. Analyzing the broader implications of this June 2026 broadcast reveals a complex and deeply distressing reality for the millions of innocent civilians residing in these vulnerable border communities. For years, the civilian population across Zamfara and Sokoto states has borne the absolute brunt of this asymmetric warfare, facing a relentless cycle of mass abductions, village raids, exorbitant protection levies, and the total disruption of agricultural activities. The fact that a wanted criminal can comfortably record a video message explicitly dated to June 20, 2026 and broadcast it to the world proves that despite repeated assurances from the defense headquarters, the infrastructure of banditry remains highly resilient and capable of conducting propaganda campaigns. This video acts as a severe psychological blow to the residents of places like Sabon Birni and Shinkafi, who are constantly forced to navigate the thin line between survival and total displacement, wondering when the next unprovoked assault will hit their doorsteps. Bringing you this level of deep dive, investigative breakdown of our national security developments and dissecting the heavy geopolitical shifts happening across the country requires a monumental amount of daily dedication, field research, and fearless reporting. If you believe that exposing the absolute reality of these security threats and keeping the public thoroughly informed is a critical step towards demanding greater accountability and safety for our citizens, please take a quick moment right now to hit the like button on this video. Liking the video is the most direct and effective action you can take to ensure that the YouTube algorithm pushes this vital report to millions of other Nigerians and global observers who are seeking the truth behind the headlines. At the same time, it is highly imperative that you hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell immediately so that you never miss a single breaking update as we continue to track the military's response to this direct provocation. Your subscription is the true driving engine that allows this independent platform to remain a trusted, unbiased voice for the people, building a community of conscious citizens who demand clarity and decisive action from our leadership. The military history of the Northwest region shows that Bello Turji has remained one of the most elusive and destructive targets for the Nigerian armed forces, having survived multiple aerial bombardments and specialized ground offenses over the past several years. His ability to maintain a potent fighting force, as visually demonstrated by the sophisticated ammunition and armed men in military camouflage seen in the background of the video, raises difficult questions regarding the logistics and supply chains feeding these criminal networks. Security experts have frequently pointed out that without cutting off the networks that provide these groups with high-caliber weapons, fuel, and food, completely neutralizing the threat will remain an uphill battle for our gallant soldiers. The timing of the video, precisely in the 6th month of 2026, also complicates the current agricultural season, as farmers who should be on their fields are now terrified of entering their lands due to the explicit threats of renewed ambushes and conflict expressed by the bandit leadership. The language used in the video broadcast attempts to exploit existing socio-cultural grievances within the region by claiming that a specific group of people is facing unique hardships and attacks every day. This deliberate attempt to radicalize the local populace and cloak criminal activities under the guise of ethnic defense is a well-known tactic used by insurgent leaders globally to secure sympathy, recruit vulnerable youth, and establish a network of local informants who sabotage military movements. Major general structures within the defense architecture must now work double time, not only to eliminate the physical hideouts of these bandits in the vast forests stretching across the Northwest, but also to counter the ideological warfare being spread through these social media videos. The federal government, under its current security roadmap, faces immense pressure to show decisive results, as the continued distribution of such bold video messages threatens to undermine public confidence in the state's capacity to protect its sovereign territory. This provocative development brings us to a very profound and necessary discussion about the ultimate trajectory of the security architecture in northwestern Nigeria. When you look at the fact that a heavily armed group can openly claim responsibility for killing security operatives and framing their actions as a retaliatory victory in 2026, do you believe the current military strategies are sufficient, or is it time for a completely radical overhaul involving localized state policing and advanced satellite surveillance? Moreover, how can the government effectively protect the agricultural heartlands of Sokoto and Zamfara to prevent a massive food security crisis if bandits continue to dominate the rural governance structures? I am genuinely eager to read your personal, highly detailed and thoughtful perspectives on this national security emergency. So please go straight down to the comment section right now and share your insights on how Nigeria can finally close this painful chapter of banditry. Your voice is an invaluable asset to this national dialogue, and we look forward to your continuous engagement as we navigate these incredibly unpredictable and historic times together.